If you bought a house back in 2020 and haven't really followed what's been happening, things look very different now. Home prices are different. Interest rates are different. People are shopping for homes in new ways. Even the neighborhoods people are choosing have changed. So today, we're going to show you what's changed and why it matters if you are thinking about buying or selling a home in 2025.
All right, let's talk about how much homes cost. In 2020, houses in Dallas were already going up in price. Then, during the pandemic, a lot of people started working from home and wanted more space. Maybe an office, a backyard, or just an extra room. So tons of people started looking for homes, and there weren't enough to go around. That made our prices go way up. In some areas, houses became 30% or even 40% more expensive in just 2 years. This was even more exaggerated in Dallas since you had the added competition of people moving in from outside of the state. Now, in 2025, the prices are still high, but they're not going up so fast anymore. That's good for people who want to buy because it means they don't have to rush or pay way too much just to get a house.
Now let's talk about interest rates. In 2020, the interest rates were crazy stupid low. That made it easier for people to afford homes, but that's also what drove up demand since more people could afford homes. But in 2022, rates shot up, leading to an unaffordability crisis. In 2023, some people were paying double on mortgage payment compared to what they would have paid just a few years earlier. And this caused another major housing issue. Many people who already had a house with a low interest rate are saying, why move? They have been staying put, which means fewer homes have been put up for sale. People have been calling it the lock-in effect. People want to buy, but there are no homes on the market in their price range. And people still don't want to sell because they wouldn't be able to afford the same caliber of home with the new interest rates. This is why 2023 and 2024 saw record low inventory.
Let's talk about buyers now, the people who are looking to buy homes. A few years ago, people were scared they'd miss out, so they rushed. They made offers right away, skipped inspections, and sometimes even bought homes they hadn't seen in person. That was risky, and now people are being a lot more careful. Today, most buyers want a house that's clean, ready to move into, and priced fairly. If something's broken or outdated, buyers will either walk away or ask the seller to fix it. We'll see a general willingness in Dallas to buy fixer-uppers since almost everyone is optimistic about the long-term prospects of homeowning in DFW. But people are being much smarter about it than they were in 2020 and 2021.
Now let's look at the other side, the sellers. These are people trying to sell their homes. In 2020 and 2021, sellers had it easy. Homes sold fast, sometimes in just one weekend. But in 2025, things have changed. Sellers had to put in quite a bit more effort now. A deep clean is the bare minimum you should do before listing your home. It's also been pretty important to paint or fix things and price it very carefully. If a seller asks for too much money, the home will likely sit on the market for weeks and months with no offers. And here's another big change. Buyers have more leverage against the sellers now. They are able to ask the sellers to help pay for closing costs, to lower the price, make more seller concessions, and agree to contingencies. Sellers who say yes to those things often sell faster.
So you might be wondering, why don't we just build more homes? That is happening, but it takes time. During the pandemic, builders had a hard time. There weren't enough workers, materials were expensive, and some cities were slow to give building permits. But now in 2025, new neighborhoods are popping up in places like Prosper, Salina, Forney, and Aubrey. These are areas where builders are putting up brand new homes, often with nice features like big kitchens, modern layouts, and even smart home tech. The good news, builders are offering deals to help buyers, things like free upgrades or money towards your closing costs. The bad news? These places are really far from Dallas proper. If you have to work in Dallas, it would be easily over an hour-long commute to work each day.
The loaning landscape also has been shifting to adjust to the current market conditions. With higher interest rates, some people are worried about monthly payments, and that's why we're seeing more special loan programs right now. The 2-1 buydown, for example, it lets you pay a lower interest rate for the first couple of years, and this is also something buyers are getting sellers to pay for in this market. Assumable loans are also making a comeback, where you take over the seller's low-interest loan. This only works under special conditions, but it is absolutely worth looking into. And some cities are offering programs to help you with your down payment.
Off-market deals are also making a comeback. Sellers are more hesitant to list their homes on the market, so instead, they're looking for buyers off-market to try and avoid the hassle of listing a home or the fees associated with that. We personally don't recommend you buy or sell a home without representation, as this is one of the quickest ways to get into a really bad deal, but it is a reality of the current market.
So all of this adds up to one big thing. People are thinking differently about buying homes. In 2020, some people bought homes just because they thought the price would go up and they'd make money fast. And that worked for a while, but it was riskier than most people realized. Now, people want homes they'll live in for a long time. They care more about things like neighborhood safety, good schools, space to grow, and whether it feels like home.
So what does this mean for you? Well, the Dallas real estate market has changed a lot, but it's not bad. In fact, it's gotten more fair and balanced. Buyers have more power to ask questions and they can take their time. Sellers have to do more to make their homes attractive, and prices aren't jumping like crazy anymore, which actually helps everyone. If you understand the new rules, you can still find a great home or sell for a fair price.
Thanks for watching. We hope you learned a thing or two about how the market has shifted these past 5 years. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Dallas, we would love the opportunity to earn your business. Just reach out to us and we can talk through your questions and needs. And if nothing else, we'll see you in the next video.